TIFU by leaving my money out in the open. Hello Reddit. I am a 19-year-old college student. I come from very poor background, but I am working to overcome financial ruin. I am a first-generation college student, and sadly 2 weeks ago I had to cut my parents out of my life because I discovered they had opened several lines of credit in my name. Because of my family's status, I have what's called work study. It's where I work on campus tax-free for 7 hours a week and get paid bi-weekly. The pay is around $150. I live in the dorms with my roommate. Let's call him Marcus. Marcus and I haven't gotten along since the moment I have got here. He has called me a slur on several occasions, which I keep reporting, but the campus isn't doing anything. Well, I get paid every 2 weeks. And I always cash it out in cash because it's harder to spend, so it lasts longer. However, I always set aside $50 for groceries for the 2 weeks so I am able to have snacks and food. You see, I haven't ever had a problem with my roommate stealing my stuff. But one thing I have realized about him is that he spends all of his money extremely quick. He'll order 4 or 5 DoorDash orders and complain for a month that he's broke. Well, this morning I had left my money on my desk in its container. I had locked the door and left. When I return from classes, the door is still locked. And I enter. It takes me an hour or so to realize the money is missing because I was going to go shopping at a later time. When the money went missing, I immediately texted my roommate asking him where my money went. He has since blocked me and has refused to speak to me even when he entered the room. When I inquired, he called me a slur and told me that I must have left the door open. I didn't, and the door was locked when I returned. I have searched everywhere for the money. It's not somewhere I put it. And I have an amazing money, and I specifically remember putting it where I put it. Now I am screwed because I won't have groceries for the next 2 weeks because I was stupid by leaving money out. My roommate is the only bad thing I have encountered since I have been here. TLDR. 90% sure my roommate stole the money I had left out for groceries, knowing we don't get along. Report it to college housing and request a new room. Report to student housing about the theft. Buy a small safe. Also need to file police reports about the fraudulent accounts by parents. Sorry that happened. You should report them and try to get moved at least. You can also be responsible without withdrawing cash to curb spending. But if you must, then don't leave your money unattended in a container in the open. At the very least, keep it on you when you leave. I understand that you're not allowed to request roommate changes after week 2, but if slurs are involved, especially if they were racist in nature, in addition to the stealing, you absolutely have grounds to request a change. Or at minimum, they need to move your roommate, because I imagine that the kind of disgusting behavior you're describing is against the code of conduct for your college or university. Especially if racial-oriented verbal abuse is involved. Go to student services, housing, and any other student resource you can think of to report his behavior until someone takes you seriously. Because you shouldn't have to live with someone that crosses the line like this regularly. My grandma always said, "The squeaky wheel gets the grease." And she wasn't wrong. Be firm but respectful about advocating for yourself. And keep raising the alarm until you get some assistance. Hopefully you get out of this situation really soon. Good luck. And good on you for working towards a degree and breaking away from a toxic family. That takes a lot of courage. And you're going to be happy you've taken steps to find your own way free of their negativity. How has no one told you to call the police yet? Call the police. There's likely campus police at your university. They'll show up and start asking your roommate some pretty tough questions. I bet the university will let you move rooms then. Name your college if you haven't already. 100% guarantee they will take action against your roommate if this post gets enough traction. Your roommate called you a slur. Most colleges won't tolerate that. Mix in the theft, and you can make an argument for a hate crime. Colleges are often positioned as these extremely liberal places that are inclusive to all. And a quick phone call to the local news about how your college isn't doing enough to stop hate crimes, about how they won't let you change roommates from a racially hostile person is enough to get views. Name and shame. Get the deans involved. Raise hell and you'll get your money back. And maybe some extra cheddar for your tuition as well. Whatever you do, also get a bank and a debit card. Have you not put in for a room change? You are paying to live with a racist thief. Okay, the problem is growing up hard. Is all your lessons seem to learn that way? Never be open. Talk about or leave your money around. Period. It is just too tempting for people. I grew up dirt poor. So take care of your money. Respect it. Good luck. Next, never date someone who is not crazy for you, treats you well, or put up with bad behavior. From a much older woman. Marcus sounds like he's going places. Keep your head up and protect yourself. I wouldn't leave anything valuable lying around in the time being. Hopefully the school will help. There isn't a lot you can do without more evidence. You need to find a better hiding spot or keep it in an account that has a no-fee ATM on campus. When I waited tables, I had a roommate who's had many boyfriends, one of whom was a thief. This is an expensive lesson, but I'll share with you the mantra I've forced on my child. Everybody wants your money. Keeping that in mind, treat it like that whenever you go into a store, interact with other people, or share spaces, and take appropriate precautions. As far as the racism goes, it sounds like you have only reported it to student housing. You need to go to student services and file a formal complaint. Scour the college website or any press releases or initiatives relating to DAE and cite those as promises made to students. In this day and age, most colleges have issued statements and/or set up an office, appointed a person to address these types of concerns. If you can find out who that is, I would email that person, CC Student Services and a relevant dean, and tell them the situation and the response from the housing department. When possible, keep your money in a bank account and get a safe for when that isn't possible. Do you not have a bank account? Just use cards. Cash is so much easier to steal. If you're in the US, your school must have an honor court and an anti-harassment policy. Report Marcus for violating the policy and for theft. Report the housing advisor who told you to stick it out. Go to the campus newspaper and find a journalism student who wants to make a name for themselves. Hand them an expose about how the administration protects bigots. In a perfect world, the advice you are receiving would be great solutions. In the world I live in, you might be stuck with this guy for the entire school year or semester at minimum. No need to antagonize him. Just make sure to keep the room devoid of anything of worth. Also, you keep talking about the need to use cash, but you were just taught an expensive lesson. Use the debit card and develop some self-discipline. Talk to your raw. This kind of issue is the reason they exist. As a student, you should keep all your cash in your wallet and only keep enough for necessary spending. Keep your money in a checking account.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.